But moving on to like a brighter side in the sense too, like you talked about like how you got like into music in that sense too, and from the influences. But what made you decide on wanting to be like a multidisciplinary like artist slash musician?
Actually, to me, it wasn't even like a matter of like, oh, I want to, or like it's a choice and etc. To me, it was just naturally embracing things where you feel like that really just resonate with you the most. To me, honestly, that was just that. Anytime that I want to do something, I really stand for freedom, and to me, it's just like anytime I want to do something, if that thing really resonate with me, and I feel like it makes sense, then I'm like, yeah, why not? So that's why I'm mostly a musician, but then I play music, I compose music, I do some scoring sometimes on some projects, I direct or co-direct music videos. I'm working on a documentary at the moment. I directed a docu-series a couple of years ago. I did some acting too sometimes. So to me, honestly, it's really just embracing my skills and my talents, and as long as again there's some like alignment and that it makes sense to me, then I'm like, why not? I feel like every human being, we have a lot of skills and a lot of capacities, and it's just about actually embracing those. So to me, I just try not to limit myself and to just do whatever I want to do.
No doubt, man. And with the artists and like genres you're influenced by, like which ones would you say like you were influenced like the most to, and like who is like someone that you would like to collaborate with like musically in that sense?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of influence, there's definitely plenty, right? When you listen to my music, you will see that there's a lot of mixes and genres and things like that coming together. So to me, it's pretty wide. Influences, honestly, that can go for like one of the top, if not the top Gabonese artists, and his name is Pierre-Claver Akendengué. I would say he's a sort of like Stevie Wonder of Gabon. That's the way I like to see him, because he's like a multi-instrumentalist and he's been in the game for quite a while. So him, and then I can say Tupac also is a major influence. Nas, who else? Yeah, Rakim, and more recently I can say Kendrick Lamar, or even Andre 3000. So, and in terms of people, that I would love to collaborate, definitely those people that I've mentioned, and those people that I've mentioned, and I would say especially right now, someone like Kendrick Lamar or Andre 3000, that would be dope. And and even though these are some people that are not alive anymore, but also I really love classical music.
Dope, man.
Yeah.
And usually like with artists, like I always ask like if they have like a creative process like when making music, or like if a day in recording music would be like for them. So like in your perspective, what is your creative process like when like writing a song or when like making music, and what would like a day in like recording music be like for you?
I mean, usually start with an idea, right? So most of the time you start with an idea, and then and that idea might actually come from literally anything, and then you try to find the music that can actually match the best, that idea, that energy. Or sometimes that can be the opposite, where like maybe because I already have some music that either people send me or some music that I'm working on, then from that music I might think about an idea about what I could write. And then from there, it's about spending my time alone with the music. That's what I do most of the time, is really like taking time to write and to really like understand the music and the sounds and see if there's some additional layers that need to be added and things like that. So, and that time most of the time is more like alone time. And then after that, just hitting the studio with sound engineer, producer, and then now seeing how you could record. But most of the time when I go to the studio, I already have a very specific idea of where I want to go, how I want to sound, but I also remain, open to see if I can try new things. If, for instance, the sound engineer, the producer in the room want to suggest something else, right? Yeah, so usually that will be the process, and then you take the time to listen to that first version, and then you see if now you just want to finish the mix, or you want to make some little changes in what you did record, so that after that, now when you feel very satisfied, then you just finish the mix and do the mastering. So usually that's the process. Yeah.
No doubt. Like that's actually like a very good way as well too. And then, just highlighting your recent project, building bridges. A lot of dope tracks with Mula, with Black Is, and then also Fearless, which also included the Ghana remix.
Yeah.
Tell me more about it, man, and what was like the inspiration and like creative like process like for it?
Sure. So I think building bridges. I think last year, 2020, I released my debut album, as far as I can see. But I think I already knew that this year, 2021, I wanted to release a new project. So, and I think the idea for building bridges, the name actually came from when I was coming back from Ghana, because I was there for the year of return in 2019. I got a chance to perform there at a festival and also network with many people. And coming back to Toronto, I had a layover in Lisbon, in Portugal. And I was just, taking the time to walk into the city, to observe the city, just chilling there, right? And there was many bridges, and one of them was pretty huge. I think it's called the Vasco da Gama Bridge, and I don't know, I just felt something special. So it was the beginning of 2020. So the album, as far as I can see, was not even out yet, but I already knew that idea of like building bridges, I needed to do something about it, right? So, and that was actually, I think, the vibe on Ubuntu. That was part of, as far as I can see, where, I had different guest features, and also the producer is Black African American in the States. So, but then, yeah, I just knew that the next project will be really about, again, building those bridges between cultures, sounds, genres, continents, given my international journey, right? And then I think, yeah, that's how it started. And then from there was some music that I started composing myself, or some other music that some producer would just send me, and I would listen. I was like, yeah, I think, yeah, that one could be part of the project. And like I said previously, like you start, writing ideas about from that music. So yeah, I think to me, we're just identifying some people that I feel will make sense in that project, and then you reach out to them, or sometimes it's very like random, link up, and then you're like, yeah, I feel like that makes sense, and let's just make it happen. As long as everybody vibes with the whole idea. So, and then slowly but surely, you work on tracks after tracks after tracks, and then you pick what you feel are the best ones, and then, yeah, you release the project. So it's been out since late October, and for the Ghana remix, yeah, I would say of Fearless, then it's one of the artists, Kojo Q. I met him when I was in Ghana on a set of a music video of a Toronto artist, actually, Kibra. And then, yeah, we linked up at that moment, and then I was like, yeah, maybe one of these days I might come through with some ideas, and then if you vibe with it, then let's do a song together, right? So yeah, that's how it happened. And then the other one, Volasi, it's also an artist that I've been put on through another artist, and I was like, yeah, I like what he's doing, and that would make sense to have him. Because again, Ghana has been a whole vibe being there for the year of return, and it's a country that I really, really appreciate. And historically, it's a very interesting country about their whole history and journey, and also what they're doing for the whole Black nation across the globe, right? So that's why, to me, I was like, having a Ghana remix definitely would make sense. But yeah, that's the whole project. There's different vibes, different type of sounds. There's some even gospel, the outro of the album, and some more like Afrobeat, Afrofusion. There's really like some real hip hop, like rapidy rap. So there's literally, I would say, a little bit of this and that. So that means that most people, I guess, will at least vibe with one track of the album, if not most of the track, like that person right here who felt like the whole album is a masterpiece, right? So to me, it's really just creating for a pure place and then letting people enjoy it. But me on my end, I did what I had to do. I'm happy with the result, and that's what I put it out. So now it's about people enjoying it.
Yeah, no doubt. Like I definitely agree as well. You know, just like how the style is and how the composition is too. And then when we like even like talk about music nowadays too, like I was like reading this tweet from JoJo, like if you know her, like she was like well known like in the early 2000s, like now
Yeah.
is still popular now.
Yeah.
So she made this tweet on Twitter like more about if you like for you know labels and like artists and like A&Rs on do you think find a way to make your music go viral on TikTok is like a fair, creative, effective like marketing strategy proposal for artists to use. So like in your opinion, in your viewpoint, do you feel like finding a way to make your music go viral on TikTok is similar, like a fair, creative, effective like marketing strategy like proposal for like you know artists to use, or does it diminish like an artist's like artistry like in terms of their sound and their brand?
Yeah, I mean, you know, as artists, at the end of the day, what you want at some point, I mean, depending of exactly what you want, but I guess every artist you want to know to be known, you know, at a certain level, right? So, to me, I just feel like it's about observing what are the tools available around you so that you can reach out to, you know, more people, and then based on all these tools available around you, then just see, you know, what tools, you know, resonate with you and what game you want to play or what games you don't want to play. And also if you play some games, is it also playing with your own rules, you know? So to me, TikTok or any other platform, that can be part of the strategy of any artist, you know, as long as, again, you're doing it because you feel like you're still being you and not just doing it because it's trending, you know? Because what if tomorrow TikTok is not here anymore, right? So to me, it's really, no matter the tools around, just be you, you know, be authentic, be true to yourself, and yeah, use any tool, whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, you know, all of that, you know, at some point they had to exist, you know, they have never been there back in the days, for instance, right? But I think just over time, many tools appear, and then, you know, you just choose which one resonates. So that could be TikTok part of an artist strategy to gain more fame and more popularity. There's nothing wrong into that. To me, it's just, again, make sure that you remain true to yourself and authentic.